The SSC CGL Tier 2 live mock has been conducted over the weekend, and what a wonderful logical reasoning section it was. So I'm here to discuss the logical reasoning section with you in detail, right? And this time it threw you completely off track. I'm very sure it must have for a lot of students, and we'll see that live how it has affected a lot of students who are actually attempting the mock with the timer section. Okay, so let's start right away. Let's delve deep into this and not waste a single moment of ours. Okay. So the first answer is already here, but I'll just explain it to you quickly. The first few questions are quite easy, but then the questions will gradually start taking on to you. So this is the very first question. We are just looking at the triads, a number set, and we are seeing which does not belong to the group. We already know the answer though. But what is the idea here? The idea is that you are actually multiplying this by 4 and this by 6. Okay. So that is what is giving you the answer. So this is being multiplied by, this is being multiplied by 4 and this is being multiplied by 6. This is being multiplied by 4. This is being multiplied by 6. Also, there is don't relate the first two. So that way option B is the only one which is not related, and hence that is the odd one out. Okay, next. Now, inequalities. Say there are two different expressions here. Either you can combine them right away or you can combine them as per your requirement. Okay. I would request gradually build up habit to solve these questions verbally. You need not have to, draw the whole thing. See, m greater than r. Okay, connect these two because n is here. So it's connecting at O, no? So n is less than O. So n will be somewhere here only, like this. So it's clearly visible m is greater than n. So this is right. Now, G and O are equal. So if m is greater than O, m is greater than G also. So this is greater. That's how you can make it faster. But anyways, for the regular thing, if I want, you could just join both of them. So m is greater than r, which is equal to O. We need y also. Okay. So which is greater than equal to y. Now we can pick it up from O only we should have picked up. So O is greater than n. So this will be separately taken. O is greater than n. Okay. And so we can write it like this. O is equal to G, which is greater than n. Right. So this will give us the data between m and n and m and g. It's there. Both of them are true. What's wrong? Just a moment. Yeah. So both of them are true. Now for y and b, you can connect between OB and OY. So y is less than equal to O and O is less than equal to B. So how about y and b? Y is less than equal to b is also right. So all three of them follow. There is another method here. The other method is if you look at the options. Once you know that 1 and 3 are absolutely correct, there is no option which allows both of them to be correct except for the fourth one. So directly choose the fourth one. Refrain from trying to solve everything and then going to the options. Try to look at the options before you start solving the questions so that you know what is the scope and how much you need to solve to get there much quicker than what other students will do. So 37 seconds is decent, not bad. It's a good time for this question. Okay, this is actually a good one. So 8 persons are sitting around a square table. Okay. 4 are the corner, 4 are the centers. Now, the good thing is the corner ones are facing outside and the center ones are facing inside. The biggest problem, what is the difference? A lot of people know that, they approach circle-based questions and square and rectangle-based questions in the same way. You can, because eventually they are all closed figures. So if I have, like I have 8 people sitting here, I can have a single circle which has 8 people sitting around it. But the problem is when you are talking about corners on a square table or a rectangle table, corners and sides, and if your placement is such that corners and sides are becoming important, then you have to think about it. Okay, then you have to think about it. Your placement will not start randomly anywhere. It will only start where there is a specific mention of a person who is either sitting at a corner or sitting in the center. Keeping that in mind, if you look at this question now, so from here we'll start now. T sits second to the right of P. Do not arrange it as of now. U sits immediate right of Q. No. R sits immediate left of T. No. V is an immediate neighbor of P. No. No. R faces the inside of the center. Now you can start from R here, anywhere, either here or here or here or here. That is your choice. From there you will build up the whole thing. Now look for anything with R. So we have R sits immediate left of T. That means T was sitting here, no? Because for T this is the immediate left. For this guy it is the immediate right. Okay. Now what about, now T sits second to the right of P. So T is sitting second to the right of P. So P has to be sitting where? P has to sit here. Second to the right of P is T. Right? Okay, now for U and Q we don't have anything. V is an immediate neighbor of P and S. So V has to be here, S has to be here. Okay, and Q sits second to the left of S. So if this is S, 1, 2, Q sits here. And now we look at this, U sits immediate right of Q. So immediate right of Q is this. So this is the empty place where who is sitting? W. Now the question is asking me how many persons are sitting between W and P when counted from the right of W. W is facing inside, so his right is from here. How many people between W and P from the right of W? There are 2 people. So 2 is the correct answer. Interesting? So you will mark 2. If you strategically start answering this, this should not take a lot of time. Provided you have solved these questions in the past, you are familiar with people who are sitting in the corner, sitting in the edges, facing outside, facing inside. You have to practice these variations. Otherwise, it's useless. And today, whatever I've been saying in the past few classes, that you need to practice novelty, you need to focus on the new questions, you can pick up parallel examinations to try those question combinations. You will see that in this mock today. If you have practiced for the other exams, see 114 seconds, that means the student went slow. As soon as they saw the seating arrangement question, they got slow. Okay, 114 is slightly a lot. You can cut it down below 100. Anything, I think even below 90 for that matter. 1.5 minutes is too much. 1.5 minutes is sufficient for this question. You need to power through. Next. Okay, odd one out. Very easy. You can recover from the last question here. 2 pentagons, 2 hexagons, 2 circles, concentric. This is different. Option 2 is the right one. I'll tell you what will happen here. A lot of students, when they read this, they go off balance. They're like, no, this can't be so simple. There is something, I think, in this question. And then you start thinking again. So exactly where you are getting beaten, you know, where you are. So this is a good thing. Be confident about your answers. Okay. In the exams, don't get into the zone of no risk. Don't get into the risk aversion zone. How many alphabet positions will not change the letters of the word industry are placed from left to right? Okay, if I place them left to right, I can start with 2 ways. I can either write this as I, N, D, U, S, T, R, Y. I can write it like this, and then I will write it as I, N, D, U, S, T, R, Y. So I know Y, T, and S. These are the 3 letters which will not change their position. Or the other thing is, I will just write it there. I will just write their place values. So it will be 9, 14, 4, 21, 19, 20, 18, 25. Now it will become easy for me to arrange. So I will say 4, 9, 14, 18, 19, 20, 25. So 19, 20, 25 are the 3 letters which have not changed places, right? 21 will be there in between. Okay. So 3 is the correct answer. 38 seconds. Decent. Not bad. Next. A cube is made. Okay. Which of the following cubes cannot be formed? Okay. See. I'll show it to you. Whenever you have such a figure, C and T, they are opposite. D and G alternates. They are opposite. And whatever overhang, whatever is left, A and O is opposite. So your cube which cannot be formed your cube which can be formed will have one face from each level. Only one face from each level. ACG I can form. DTO I can form. The third one is GTD I cannot form because G and D are opposite, so they cannot be adjacent to each other in the same cube. So option 3 is the right answer. It's that simple. 26 seconds. Excellent. That's good timing. Next. Okay. A student lost the monthly pass. College. Okay. The student lost the monthly pass. That's it. Wait here, take a pause, now read further. College ID and FIR, because if there was a comma here, this would have read that a student lost monthly pass and college ID. Okay, but that's not it. The student lost the monthly pass and then college ID and FIR acknowledgement are presented. Transit rules allow one emergency day ticket and a duplicate pass within 48 hours on FIR proof. Travel without ticket is not allowed. What should be done? So probably you are somebody who is issuing tickets, okay, and there is a case presented to you where a student is saying that I lost my pass, okay, this is the college ID and this is the FIR. So the rule says that once you have the FIR with you, okay, within 48 hours the student has to get a duplicate pass issued, otherwise he cannot travel. No travel without tickets allowed, but one day emergency travel is allowed. Okay, now what will you do? Allow free travel for the day and issue a note? No. Reject the request and ask to return with the duplicate? No. Wait until the college confirms in writing? No. Issue an emergency day ticket now because you can, and guide for duplicate pass within 48 hours against FIR. Option D is the most appropriate answer here. 39 seconds. Okay, not bad. Okay, because when you come across this the first time, you will have to think about this question thoroughly and then answer. So it might take that much time. In a chemistry teaching lab, you notice that a bottle labeled ethanol has an unusual odor and viscosity. A junior is preparing to use it near a flame. Lab SOPs require label verification and incident reporting before use. The question is, given this situation, which of the following is the most ethical and responsible action? Let the junior proceed, please. No, not at all. His life is in danger and human life is of utmost importance. Dilute the liquid to reduce risk and continue the experiment. It may still be dangerous. Stop the activity, isolate the bottle, alert the lab supervisor and document the suspected mislabeling for corrective action. Move the bottle aside quietly and borrow from. Never attempt anything quietly apart from feedback and criticism. So I think option C is a very easy answer here. 27 seconds. Decent. Next. Oh, this is a good question. See, there are X calibration benches and Y instruments. For example, there are X benches kept here. So bench number 1 to bench number X. These are benches 1, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth till X benches. Okay, and there are Y calibration instruments. So 1, 2, Y. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth till Y calibration instrument. That is how they are doing. So on each bench you may have multiple types of instruments. That's what they are trying to say. Now if one instrument is placed on each bench, only one instrument is placed on each bench. Okay, then one instrument remains. That means number of instruments are greater. What is instruments? Y. So I can say Y minus X is always equal to 1. Agreed? Y minus X is always equal to 1. If 5 instruments are placed on each bench, that is 5 instruments. Don't say 5Y. 5 instruments, 5 instruments, 5 instruments, 5 instruments, 5 instruments. Then 19 benches remain empty. So if I multiply the number of instruments, the number of benches by 5. Okay, no, each bench has 5 instruments. So sets of 5, I'll have to divide this total instrument by 5. And I will subtract this from the benches because now sets of 5, I have to make sets of 5 out of these. Okay, and if I subtract this from the number of benches, I will get how much? 19. Okay. This shows that Y is a multiple of 5. This is the crux point of this question. See, if you had to solve this with with mathematics by making equations, then what's the point? Why to put it in the reasoning section? They are doing this to test your reasoning. Understand? I am making sets of 5 instruments. The instruments are Y only till now. They are not increasing the instruments. There are Y instruments. I am grouping them in sets of 5. Okay, and I am placing them on each bench now. So I'm left with 19 benches. So how many instruments I had? Y. Y divided by 5. I am subtracting from the total number of benches. I am getting 19. Are you clear with this equation? This is only possible with an integral answer if Y is divisible by 5. What is Y? Y are the instruments. The question is asking us, therefore X and Y are. So Y is the second value. Y has to be a multiple of 5, which is only 25. So Y has to be B, which is only there in option B. Option B is the correct answer. You could have done this, really, trust me. You could have gotten the correct answer. And now tell me, how much time did you take to analyze this and answer? If I am telling you like this, very less. Despite that, you can also solve it like this. That's not a problem. Right away, either you can multiply this Simplify this. So this will become what? If you multiply by 5, you will get this as 5x minus y is equal to 95. Now add both these equations. So y and y will get cancelled. This is 4x, which is equal to 96, which makes x as 24, which makes y as 25. So your answer will be y. So x and y, x is 24, y is 25. So A and B, option B is the correct answer. Clear? So very interesting question. 83 seconds is still not very bad, but it could have been brought down to 60. At least a minute was enough to answer this question. But I agree with you. I understand a lot of people will start abusing now that, oh man, sit in the actual exam, you'll get to know what sort of feelings you get. I understand everything, but you need to keep that in check. That is what we are here for, right? Everybody is able to understand the concept and apply and get the answers. That's not what we are here for. We are here for to be able to control your emotions and actually make the best of it in that limited span of time. So I'm just giving you another method. You can use it if you feel you're comfortable. But always remember, if there are quant-based questions in reasoning section, they always have to have some sort of reasoning with it. Otherwise, it's useless to put in there. How many such pairs of numbers are there in this? Each of which has many digits between them as in the number series. Wow, this is a very good question. This is a very old type of question actually. How you solve this question? You solve this by counting. So you start from 8 and you start counting ahead and behind. If you go ahead, only go till 9. If you go behind, go till 0, because that is how you'll count forward and backward, but you'll count only from left to right. So 8, 9, that's it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have got one pair. The moment you land on the same number, you take that as a pair. Why? Because this is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So how many are there? There are 5 numbers in between 8 and 2. And here in this series also, there are 5 numbers between 8 and 2 in the reverse direction. Okay. Of course, the next is 1, no use. Next, 6, 7, 8, 9, no. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gone. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no. 4, 3, 2, 1, gone. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming back from 0 is useless. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 2, 3 is another one. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. So how many are there? There are 3 such pairs. So 3 pairs will be my answer, which have as many digits between them, numbers between them as in the real number series. 82 seconds. Why? Because you didn't know this type. This is a very old type and actually it's not taught in terms of numbers, it is taught in terms of letters. We learn it in the topic alphabet test. Okay, pairs between pairs between the letters in a word. Sorry. So that is replaced with numbers to actually make it easy but more confusing. Right? Next. Match the address below exact duplicate. In these cases, always look for spelling mistakes, small errors. They will not give you huge errors. They want the exact copy. So this actually becomes interesting, but you need to hunt for those little errors. Okay. Observe. So Sneha Iyer, name is same. Sneha Iyer, Sneha Iyer, Sneha Iyer, Sneha Iyer. No issue. Flat 102, flat 120. Option A is gone. 102, 102, 102. Perfect. Lotus Residency, Lotus Residency, Lotus Residency, Lotus Residency, Lotus Residency. This is gone. Option D is gone. Jubilee Hills. So now you have to only check for B and C. Double L, double E. Double L is there here. So this is also gone. Option C is the right answer. Always proceed like this. Okay. So option C is the correct answer. Done. Strategically we are going 29 seconds. Perfect. Very good. Excellent timing. Next. Okay. Now this is a live example of how things can throw you off balance. Why? Because this question is given, a lot of people will read through it. They will understand what is this, what exactly they are trying to ask. And you will read, a pair of letters given followed by corresponding product of alphabetical positions. Second pair of letters is given without its product. Identify the correct product of the second pair that maintains the same relationship as the first. But when you look at the actual analogy, it's very simple. Place value of E is given here, place value of R is given here. X means the into sign, the product sign is there here also. So Y means 25, J means 10. That's it. That's what we're looking for. This is a bloody 5-second question. I'm sorry. It's just a 5-second question. 10 seconds at max. You can't take more than that. Okay. I think, yeah, 18 seconds is decent. Not bad actually. Because in the exam, when you're giving the actual exam, a few seconds will add on there. Okay. But this is how they're trying to throw you off balance. The moment you see something new, you will get confused. Right? Next. Okay. So W, V, B, W, V, V, U, V, Z, A, Z, A. So you will have to solve all of them. So this is 17, 13. So minus 4, 13, 9, 5, minus 4 is 1. A. So gone, gone. Second one, V and W. 10, 13 plus 3, 13, 16, 19 plus 3 is 22. That is V. A, V. Option B is the correct answer. Done. Easy. 21 seconds. Perfect. Could have done it in a shorter time span, but okay. 21 seconds is not bad at all. It's wonderful, in fact. Agony is as coded as this. Groan is coded as this. What is the code for W? Now see, W, that means you have to just delete this. Okay. But is this positional? Just check if it is positional. So A, G. We have G and O here. Right? So G, O is and ampersand and at the rate. But GO here is ampersand and percent. So that means it is not positional. It is random. It is like Chinese coding. We are looking for the code of W. We'll have to delete the other codes. So GON. GON. What are the common codes? We have percentage. We have ampersand. And we have hash, which are deleted. So now we are left with the codes for R and W, which is dollar and this sign. But we are not sure which one is the code for W. So it's either this or this. It's there in the options. Option D is the correct answer. Fast decisions. 36 seconds. Decent. Not bad. Quick decisions. Next. Okay. Repeated letter series. First letter is K. Vertically put K here. Third letter is A. Vertically put A here. Fourth is G. My God, they're giving away the whole answer. Second, last and last are L and B. Okay, they are done for now. ALK, GBH, ALK, GBH, ALK, GBH. My God, they've given it away now. Now KBA, GH, KBA, GH, LB. Option A is the right answer. Okay, done. Easy. 37 seconds. Okay. Next. Now see, I told you, no, look at the other types of questions from different exams. This one is from a different exam. This pattern based questions has been asked in another parallel exam, which is a very famous exam, has come up with a good amount of vacancy this year. Okay, the result is already out and people are waiting, anticipating for the tier 2 now. I think you all know what exam I'm talking about. Okay. So based on this, we need to check which reason is true for the assertion. First, you will solve this. Okay. So I omega n, I is the wife of n. N phi t. N phi t means n is the son-in-law of t. So this is t. T infinity k. T is the husband of k. And k psi q. K is the mother of q. Now the question says, the assertion says I has to be the granddaughter of Z. Okay, you will look at these reasons as your data which is required. Treat this as data sufficiency. So you need to answer, is I a granddaughter of Z? Which data is sufficient to answer the question? So you will say T phi Z. T phi Z means T is the son-in-law of Z. T is the son-in-law of Z. Does that make I the granddaughter of Z? Absolutely it does. So 1 alone is sufficient, but we'll have to check 2 also. So Z psi k. Z psi k means Z is the mother of k. Even then we will understand that I is the daughter-in-law of, I is the granddaughter of Z. That is also true. So this is also correct. So both are individually correct. Both reasons are individually enough to answer the assertion. Now what is the correct answer? Look at the options. Only B, no. Only A, no. Neither A nor B. So we have only this answer. Both A and B are reasons behind the assertion, but they are individual reasons, not a combined reason. Okay. 87 seconds. Why? Because novelty, new type of question. Okay, I'll tell you, this question type is picked up from the IB ACIO examination. It's commonly seen there. So you have to be aware, you know, SSC CGL Tier 2 can throw anything in front of you. So you have to be prepared with any variation. Now, maybe you will say, why will they ask a question from IBSU? Yes, maybe they will not ask you. But if you are prepared and if at all something similar comes up, you will have an advantage. You will have a head start. That's what I'm talking about. Because how are you differentiating your preparation from the others? See, exactly again something is happening which is picked up from the similar examination. So in a certain code language, novel is written as this, shelf is written as this. Which of the following are correct matches as per the given code language? Fine. Check the code for novel first, quickly. So this is 14, 15, 22, 5 and 12. 22 and 5 is 27. 15 and 12 is 27. So this is 54 plus 14. So this is 68, correct? 68 multiplied by 2 is 136. Okay. Shelf is, this is 27. 27, 5, 6, 11. So this is 38 and 12. This is 50. 50 into 2 again is 100. So this is the logic. Sum multiplied by 2. Okay. Now come to the options first. The options say that 2 is C, 2 is C, 2 is C and 2 is C no matter what. So this is gone, this is gone. Check for A and B only now. Okay. Even if you check for 3 directly, it's still not going to help us. Only if we get 3B, then it is helpful. Okay, or we get nothing, 3 is nothing, only then it is helpful. Otherwise we get 3, we'll have to still check for 1. Even same happens with 1. So you'll have to check for both of them. Check for 1 now. So this is 20 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5 plus 18. Don't write like this in the exam. I'm writing this so that you understand. 9 plus 18 are 18 are reverse. 20 and 7 reverse. So 27, 27, 54 plus 5. This is 59. 59 into 2. This is 118. So option B. 1B are together. So this is gone. This is gone. Okay. Now we'll have to check for 3A, whether 3A satisfies or not. So quiet. So this is 17, 21, 9, 25. This is 30. This is 50. And this is 22. So this is 72. 72 into 2 is 144. So I think option D is the correct answer. Got it? How much time? 76 seconds is decent for this. But a minute is competitive. If you can do it in a minute, it's competitive. Okay, it will take time, I agree. 76 is very good for this one. Honestly, I'm telling you, that's a good job by the student, whoever has done this. If you have done this, if you have done it faster than this, please comment it in the comment box. Okay, meaningful sequence. Even if you read this, you will be able to understand, or you look at the options. 3, 4, 2, 3. 3, 4, 2. Graduation, classes or admission. First admission will happen, no? So this is gone, this is gone, this is gone. This is the only option. Okay, first admission will happen, then classes will take place, then test will happen, then result will come out, then graduation. That's it. Option B is the right answer. Easy. 29 seconds. Very good. Next. Data sufficiency. Observe how all of you get carried away. Just look at this question. Okay. What is the rate of interest paid by Reena if she borrows 8,000 from a bank? Okay. Rate of interest they're asking, 8,000 she's borrowed. So you know the principal amount. You need to find out the rate of interest. Correct? Statement. Now before reading the statement, read the options. Statement 1 alone, 2 alone, both or not sufficient. Okay. 1 alone says she paid this much as a total interest at the end of 6 years, a simple interest. So you know how much is the interest paid and you know what is the time period. Okay. What you can do is either find out interest divided by principal into 100, divide that by your time period. So you will get each rate of interest, or you can divide this to get the exact simple interest every year. Divide that by principal into 100 will give you the exact rate of interest. It's true. Just by looking at the data, you can figure out whether you will be able to find it out or not. Please don't solve it in reality. Now 1 alone is sufficient. That means 2 alone will not be possible and both will not be possible. And this is also not possible. Option A is true. Yeah, done. You're done. You only had to check the second one if there was an either or case given here. That is why a lot of you fail to understand data sufficiency. You didn't even have to look at the second statement. Just for your satisfaction now, I'll tell you, if she paid x minus 3,000 as a compound interest at the end of 2 years, you think that time is there, and a lot of you, I don't know why, you take x as 8,000. You think that this is the principal. No, it's not. Okay, this is not the principal. We don't know what is the value of x, and if you don't know what is the value of x, you will not be able to find out the compound interest. Clear? That is sufficient for us to understand, I believe. Option A is the right answer. We could have, yes, 35 seconds. Excellent. So this is smartly done now. Okay. This time I'm very happy with the performance in data sufficiency, because otherwise students are getting very slow in this one. Okay, this question again, options are going to help you out. Just look at the division sign. We need to select the correct combination. Division first 2 places here. 90 divided by 40, 9 by 4 into 7, useless. No outcome. Okay. Division here and here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 7 divided by 19 into 27. Useless again. So gone. This is the only option which is left. 27 divided by 9. It is divisible also. It's going to give you a integral value. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. 20 seconds. Next. Again, data sufficiency. Okay. Again, you can be very smart about this. Observe. 9 persons are sitting in a linear row facing the north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not necessarily in the same order. Okay, how many persons sit between C and F? Perfect. Before reading this, read the options. 1 and 2 together. Okay. Either 1 or 2. Okay. 1 alone, 2 alone. So check for 1 alone now. 4 persons sit between B and H. Okay, we need C and F. If you read clearly, you will not get any mention of C here. Okay. Despite that, you would want to try. You would feel that what if there is only one position left which is for C? Okay. 4 persons sit between B and H. A sits 4 to the left of D. 2 persons between F and I. D sits immediately right of B. Okay, you can have this or you can have this. Now in this case, if you see there is no mention of C, neither can you place C anywhere. So 1 alone is not sufficient. You have to deduce right away. If 1 alone is not sufficient, so this is gone. And this is also gone. Okay. Now either 2 alone or both together are sufficient to answer the question. Just read 2 alone. Again, the same thing is happening there. They have mentioned F, but there is no mention of C here. And the amount of data which is given, you will not be able to find out how many people sit between F and C. So this alone is also not there. You will take a gamble here. You can safely guess that both of them together are sufficient. Okay. But despite that, I know you want to solve it. So let's solve it. Only one person sits to the right of B. That means B is sitting here. Now the moment I get this, I know that there are 4 people between B and H. So 1, 2, 3, 4. H is here. D is immediately to the right of B, so this is D. Between D and A there are 3 people, so 1, 2, 3, A is here. Okay, and F sits second to the right of A, so this is A, this is F. F and I have 2 people in between them, so I is here. G sits third to the left of I, 1, 2, 3, G is here. E sits adjacent to F, so E is here. So we have C left, which is here. Now we can find out how many people are between F and C. There are 4 people. But you did not need to solve this. That's the only thing you need to understand in data sufficiency. Majority of your questions you will be able to solve without solving. You could have saved a lot of time. Even if I tell you, even if you partially solve it also, 80 seconds is enough to solve this. Enough, it's more than enough. But 122, you're crossing the barrier of 2 minutes for a single question. That means you end up arranging it. That is where you're going wrong. Okay. Reasoning exactly might not even be that tricky as you're thinking it is. Okay, this is a good one actually. How many M's are there in the following series which are immediately preceded by an alphabet that appears after M in the English alphabet? So M is 13. You have to look for any number which is greater than 13 before it. Okay, and but not followed by a vowel. So anywhere if M is followed by a vowel, you will cancel it. Now observe. Observe. Okay. So M is 13. This is D, so not there. M 18, 20. This is perfect. M 25, but this is a vowel, so no. M 9, no. M 12, this is also no. M 22C, this is perfect. M XX is perfect. M A W, no. M W E, no, it's a vowel. And MQA, no, it's a vowel. So we have only how many? 1. This is not there. 1, 2 and 3. Option D. 65 seconds. If your observation was strong, if you would have practiced such questions, you would have been faster at this. But 65 is okay. Anywhere between 40 to 50 would have been better. Workers making clothes that end up in the stores of the biggest names on the British High Street. This is a statement assumption. Workers making clothes that end up in the stores of the biggest names on the British High Street have testified to a shocking regime of abuse, threats and poverty pay. Assumptions. So what the writer is thinking about before writing this statement, which is very obvious, which he need not mention in the statement, he thinks that my readers are going to assume automatically. They'll get it what I'm trying to say. Many workers in Indian factories earn very little. Have they mentioned anything about India? No. Okay, nothing has been mentioned about India. This is just your assumption, and you are not the one who is going to assume here. You are going to think about the author's assumption. This is incorrect. According to Indian government figures, the national textile industry is worth less than equal to 35 billion a year and employs, again, useless data. It's completely vague. So neither assumption 1 nor 2 follows. It's a very quick question. 50 seconds, too much. Too much for this. Okay, this is a unique way of asking a question actually. Look at this one. But this could have been done very fast if you're good at directions. Nitin's house is 65 km away from Puneet's house in the west direction. So if this is Puneet's house, this is Nitin's house at 65 kilometers west. Now, Riya's house is 45 kilometers away from Isha's house, which will not mention that now. Rahul's house is 40 kilometers away from Puneet's house in the northeast. So northeast is here. So Rahul's house is here, 45. Nitin's house is 50 kilometers away from Riya's house in the southwest direction. So Nitin's house is southwest from Riya. And 50 kilometers means more than this. So this is 50, this is Riya. Okay, in the southwest direction. Which of the given options resemble the shape of the above description? Okay, the first line was Riya's house is 45 away from Isha's house in the east direction. So this is 45 and this is Isha's house. They are asking us which figure is representing this the best. The first figure, figure 1. Very easy. You just had to draw this, that's all. 71 seconds. Not acceptable. Why is this happening? Because novelty. New type of question presented. Gone out of hands. Pointing to a man, a woman said, okay, so woman is saying, we'll start with the woman. His father is the only son of my daughters. So woman's daughter. Paternal grandfather. So woman's husband's father. This is her daughter's paternal grandfather. His father is the only son, and his father, that means it's talking about the woman's son only. This is the man. How is the man related to the woman? He's a son. Option C. Read it again. His father is the only son of my daughter's paternal grandfather. Got it? So option C is the right answer. 54 seconds. Not acceptable. This is again a verbal question. A is 2, B is 4, C is 6. So they are just doubling it, okay? So now G square, G is 7, so 14 square, that is 196, minus P into C, P is 32, into C is 6, divided by 12, okay? And this is divided by 9 2s are 18, and this is being cubed. Okay, so this is 2 and this is 16 and this is 180. 180 divided by 18 is how much? It's 10, and 10 cube is what? 1000. Option B is the correct answer. Easy question. They are all almost, yeah, they are all cubes actually, except for option D. So option D could never have been our answer. 50 seconds. Too much here. You can't take that much to solve such easy questions. Okay, I don't expect such a question, but because digit wise breaking is almost discontinued, but anyways, 13 into 24 is 24. You will slightly get confused here, but then you will see 82 into 31 is 48. Lot of people will do this. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, multiply you get 24, but it is not working here. This is 10 and this is 4, multiply you get 40, not 48. Think the other way around. 3 into 1 is 3, 2 into 4 is 8, 3 into 8 is also 24, 8 into 2 is 16, 3 into 1 is 3, multiply you get 48. So 7 into 2 is 14 and 4 into 2 is 8, 14 into 8 is 112. That's it. Just picking up might take some time, but not a lot. You will figure it out very quickly. 60 seconds, a minute again. Too much. Bring it down to 40, 45. This should be ideal. I agree. Okay. It took time because to figure it out maybe. But what is the biggest confusion point? This. 24 and 24. This is the biggest confusion point because you think something about something is being subtracted and doubled or something. But the moment you see this, you should realize right away that you have to detach from this. It's not the same. Something else is happening here. Okay. Strong argument, weak argument. This one was very easy actually. If you read it, you will get it right away. Should one close relative of a retiring government employee be given a job in the government in India? The arguments are yes. Okay. Where else will the relative get a job like this? See, yes and no is not your priority. A lot of people, just by looking at yes, they will say, no, this is not right. What is the point? No. If it was yes followed by a very valid argument, we could have thought that it is a strong argument. This shows that it is a weak argument. Okay. So option 1 and A and C are wrong. Okay, you'll have to check for the second one to get if B or D is correct. No, it will close doors of government service to competent and needy youth. That's absolutely right. If everybody who's retiring is replacing, they are being replaced by their relatives, then there are no new vacancies or almost next to zero. So that's going to make it difficult for new and competitive youths to come forward. So only argument 2 is strong. 24 seconds. Very nice. Excellent. Just look at this. M13, U21, X24. What's the point? It's Q17 only, no? 16 seconds, okay? And last question for this. Okay, there is a different method via how a lot of people have done it. But I have always seen that, number series often works like this. If you look at the decimal, the numbers, the digits, the numbers before the decimals, it is 9, 19, 29, 39. So they're all increasing by 10. So the next one has to be 49. Okay, that makes option A is correct, but still, this is 8, 6, 8, 6. So this has to be 8 now, alternating. And this is there, 49.8. It's valid there. It's valid way, in a valid way, it's there. What was the actual logic? The actual logic is by difference. You find out the difference. So you will see this is either 9.8 or 10.2. This is alternating. So 9.8, 10.2. 9.8, so 10.2 will be added to get 49.8. Whatever it is, option A is the right answer. 49 seconds again. Okay, fine. I'll give it away. Not a problem. So with that, we are done with the logical reasoning section. And as I told you, it was a very, very interesting paper, a very interesting mock test. And I think it is enough for you to understand and realize that it is hard time. Stop focusing on the content alone. Stop focusing on the difficulty level alone. Try to find newer methods, better methods to solve the question. And it's not going to be a unique method each time. It's always going to be how you use your mental reasoning from the options to get your correct answers. And please practice from other parallel exams or question types from same topics from other parallel exams. Not very difficult, but at par, so that you are not surprised. You are reducing the surprise element as much as possible for your CGL Tier 2. Thank you so much for watching till here, guys. I'll see you around in the next session. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.